Hi, I'm Maureen Kiley. I'm the founder of the South Shore Community Directory, and it's basically morphed into something even bigger than what we thought it would be. We actually have business spotlights that we highlight the founding businesses in video. And today I get to have the honor to interview Matt Mostoff from West Shore Shades. And we've been doing these videos now for a couple months, building up our hub, our community hub. And we're super excited to share with residents of South Shore and a little bit of Riverview, or even nationally, because it's on YouTube, about the businesses and about the owners behind the business. So without further ado, welcome, Matt. Thanks for taking your time out on a Monday, very busy day, I'm sure.
Yeah, Monday mornings are a little hectic around here.
Yes.
We get our delivery on Monday.
Yeah. So I want to first start with you kind of telling whoever's watching this, explain a little bit about yourself, where you're from, where you live now, kind of have, give everybody a little taste of what Matt likes to do too.
Yeah, absolutely. So again, my name is Matthew Mostoff. I was born here in West Palm Beach, Florida, back in the early 90s. And very early on, my parents moved up north to Pennsylvania. I was about 3 years old. So I grew up in a very small town, York, Pennsylvania, where I went to school and did my first careers. Right out of high school, I became a firefighter for Yo, a little town inside York City. And I was a firefighter for 7 years up there. Fortunately, I was in a pretty bad motorcycle accident. Wasn't able to go back into the firefighting department and that career. So long story short, after that, opened a little painting business and, became an entrepreneur at that time, opening a couple of small businesses up there and had the opportunity to move to Tampa, Florida, and took that opportunity and came here in 2018. So the year we established West Shore Shade was in 2018, and that's the year we moved down, and it's been glory since then.
Okay, and you live now where?
South Riverview.
Okay, all right. And so how did you go from painting to shades?
Yeah, so we actually, when I moved here, came here with no job, nothing really in the pipeline, as far as work goes. Answered a couple Craigslist ads for painters. And one of them, who is now became a very good friend of mine, he owns a company, Tampa Bay Awning and Shade. He was looking for somebody to paint an awning for him. So he hired me to do that. I sanded this awning down, made it look, absolutely beautiful, repainted the whole thing. And he actually ended up giving me a job full time as a awning installer. Never installed an awning before, had no idea how to do it. But his name's Dave. He really took me under his wing, showed me everything there could be about awnings. And next thing you know, about 4 months later, I was a full-time lead installer installing awnings for him.
Okay. So what happened after that? How did you create West Shore?
Yeah, so shortly after that, I also did a couple screens for him. I absolutely fell in love with screens. But he was more of an awning company. So me and Dave separated. I went to work for a manufacturer who actually manufactures and installs motorized screens. That was the early part of 2018. Did that for a couple of months, learned everything from the manufacturing aspect of motorized screens to the full installation to the sales. So I learned everything in a very short amount of time as far as screens go. Came back to Tampa and was like, you know what? I'm going to start doing this on my own. And July of 2018 is when I opened my own business, doing motorized screens and awnings.
That's pretty fast.
It was. In 6 months, I was out on my own.
So what made you fall in love with screens?
So our motto now is I sell shade in the Sunshine State. So, not being a college grad, but you put two to two together, I'm selling shade in the Sunshine State. Everybody in Florida needs either a screen or an awning. So it kind of just made sense at the time.
Okay, so now do you only do motorized screens, or do you do other types of screens?
So we'll do small lanais, stuff like that, but typically we specialize in the motorization of the awnings and of the screens.
Okay, so what are you seeing in your markets? Tell everybody what your markets are.
Yeah, so our markets are, your Tampa area, your South Tampa, your St. Pete, the beaches, stuff like that. But then we also do a lot of mobile homes, so on mobile homes don't have garages. So we close their parking section in with retractable screens, acts as a garage door, gives you some privacy in there so you can park your car and feel safe at night getting in and out of your vehicle as well. So there's some security aspects as that as well. So pretty much anybody can really use a motorized retractable screen.
Yeah, but you also sell in Ruskin, and don't you go all the way down to like Sarasota and stuff?
Yep. So our territory is from Venice all the way to Crystal River. So we have a pretty large territory, and then we go out all the way east as far as Lakeland and Lando Lakes.
Okay. All right. So when you talk about motorized screens, let's just talk about all the uses for them. So if someone's watching this video and they're thinking about screens and where they would put them, okay, motorized, where are you mostly seeing this done? I see that you already talked about the mobile homes, so the manufactured homes, but what about other things that people would want to know about this?
Yeah, so we do everything from, your typical lanai. So if you have like a 3 patio lanai, we'll enclose that with motorized screens. We can do your front door entry. We specialize in garage door screens as well. And then we could do other things as far as stores, storefronts, interior shades for sun blocking and protection there as well. So we could do anything from, and as well as pool cages. Since houses are being built right on top of each other, people like to swim, privately. So that we put screens on your pool cage, so that way you have privacy in your back lanai as well and around your pool area.
So you do the big pool screens?
Yes.
Okay, and those aren't motorized though, right?
Yeah, we'll put them on the aluminum. So inside,
really?
Yep. So inside your enclosure, we put them on there so you have privacy.
Okay. So that's interesting. I never even thought of that, because I was going to ask you a question about this, because how durable are the motorized screens versus, like a standard
Great question.
Pool cage?
Yep. So your pool cage screen doesn't come with a warranty at all. 0 warranty. Our product, our screen mesh itself, comes with a 10-year warranty. The other really cool thing with the motorization of the screens is they have microban inside the fibers of the screen. So it prevents the growth of mold and mildew. So if you drive around, you'll see a lot of pool cages have green mold and moss growing on the side of their cage. Our screens will not grow any mold, any algae, anything like that. And again, they come with a 10-year warranty for any of that, which is really good.
And what happens if a storm comes through?
Yeah, great question. So our starter, our entry level screens are good for anywhere between 70 and 85 mile an hour winds, depending on which fabric you choose. And then we have our wind abatement screens. Those are good for 145 mile an hour winds. So just shy of a Category 5 hurricane.
Okay. So does it still fall under the warranty if something happened and you had that 145 mile an hour winds or the 75 mile an hour winds? So, or does that go under your home insurance?
That goes under your home insurance.
Okay. So if somebody had the advice you would give, sort of like what my pool guy tells us how to take care of our pool, right? If a storm comes, you would say probably put the shade up.
So 95% of my customers, yes. So if you order our typical motorized screen, I would say put it up anything over 60, 70 mile an hour winds. The wind abatement screen is made out of Kevlar, so it'll stop projectiles. So no, I would.
Really?
Yes. So at that point, I would tell you to put the screen down. So we offer 2 different screen materials.
Okay. So what about bugs?
Yeah. So what's really cool is we use a track system, which holds the screen on each side. Then we use a bottom bar. So when the screen comes down, it is 100% bug tight. Bugs cannot get through our product.
Even those pesky little no-see-ums?
Yep. Even the little no-see-ums. We actually have a screen made just for them called no-see-um screen. But yes, all of our screens protect against the mosquitoes, the no-see-ums, the love bugs. You know, we're just now getting over love bug season, but yes, our screens will protect against all the bugs, debris, dirt, stuff like that, as well as snakes, lizards, frogs.
Okay, so I'm just going to talk about this just for a minute because I think a lot of homeowners would be interested in this. Okay, so when you built, so we built our pool, we put the pool company just told us a cage, but what we found is some of those no-see-ums still get through, and
Gotcha.
we put that tight mesh on there.
Yep.
Is there a specialized mesh that you have that is
Yes.
better than a regular company's pool screen?
Yes. So all of our screens are better than your typical pool cage screen. It's completely different. So yes, our product is made for bug protection and sun protection. So it will keep out all the little pests.
You know, do you work with pool builders?
Yeah, we actually do. We work with quite a few of them.
Okay, because I'm thinking every pool builder needs to be telling their customers about your screens.
100%.
I mean, because
100%.
because this is important. You put all this money into building a pool,
Yep.
right? And this is your like staycation. It's how I look at it.
Yeah.
And you go and then you put a screen up and you're trusting that pool cage screen is going to work for you. And then it doesn't because it's letting in those no-see-ums or whatever. Yep. And the dirt part, because the wind blows the sand.
The sand, the dirt, all that stuff. So our screen will keep all of that out. So what you do is because it's motorized, let's say you want, full airflow and you don't really care about privacy at the time, then you can raise your screens up. But let's say you're having a barbecue and your neighbors are having a barbecue and you just want that little extra privacy. You can then lower your screens. You can also during the day when the lawn care company's out there cutting your grass, doing the weed eating, blowing all the dirt around, you can also put your screens down and they would prevent anything from coming in to your pool cage as well.
So are the screens sort of like tinted too, like for privacy? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
no, it's the density. We use different densities of screen.
Okay. And so are they what about UV?
UV, yeah. So they keep out all the, depending on what fabric you choose, we can block up to 99% of the UVs.
Wow. All right, now let's talk about the love bugs because I know somebody's going to be watching this summer and we're all going to be anticipating September. And yes. I thought this was the coolest idea because of the love bugs being eating your paint on your car.
Yep.
And so if you want to open up, I got attacked by love bugs, in my garage. Everybody does, I think.
Yeah, everybody does. So we put our screens underneath your garage door. So that way when you pull up to your garage door, you can open the garage door. You can also open or close your screen at that time. And then pull your car in, shut your screen, shut your garage door. What a lot of people are doing is turning their garages into man caves. Since we don't have basements, the garage becomes the hangout for the guys. So we put a lot of garage screens up. It helps lower the heat by 10 to 15 degrees. So if your garage is typically, 90, 95 degrees, you could keep it at around 80, 75, 80 degrees just from a motorized screen, which is really
just throw in a few fans and, maybe a mister. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. No, a lot of people actually put mini splits in now. Since they're a lot more reasonable. We work with some really good AC companies as a referral partner for mini splits. People put these garage screens up and turn their garage into a whole game room or a gym. Being in Florida, a lot of people are health conscious and a lot of people build gyms in their garage. Well, it's so hot. You want to open it. You want to get some airflow, put a motorized screen up. You can still get your airflow, but you don't have to live with bugs.
Yeah, my neighbor has a gym
Gotcha.
yeah, but she doesn't have a screen.
Really? Yeah. You
Yeah, so
put
I
that
guess
garage
I'm gonna
door
have
up.
a lead for you.
Yeah. Put that garage door up and take off, It
Yeah,
really helps with airflow.
yeah. So, okay, so how does the process typically work? So if someone was interested in looking at replacing their existing screens or building a new
Yep.
screen in their house, what is the process?
Yeah, so the process is pretty simple. You give our office a call. We do have a full-time staff Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. till 5 p.m. to call our office. Somebody will answer the phone, will take all your information and set you up with a free, no obligation estimate with one of the design consultants. At that time, we come out to your home, show you the products we carry, build out exactly what you're looking for, and give you an exact dollar price at that time. At that time,
And do you manufacture the screens or
we do
does
not.
someone else?
Nope, we have a full manufacturing side of things. That's a whole different company.
Okay. All right. So typically, if someone was, let's just say, going to do a small lanai, okay, what typically is the turnaround for that?
Right now, our lead time, which is busy season, so starting June, it really becomes busy, and we try to keep our lead times between 3 and 4 weeks, even during peak season.
Well, that's not too bad.
No, a lot of our competitors right now are running 6 to 12 weeks.
Wow. What's
Yeah.
the difference? What makes you better than your competitors?
Yeah, so we have a lot of crews. We have 3 full-time crews. And then what separates us there is we also have a service crew, a crew that just goes out and handles problems. A lot of other companies are one man, it's the owner and a helper. We've really built it up where, we have design consultants, we have a brick and mortar showroom, we have crews, we have, installation manager. So that really separates us from any of our competitors, which helps cut our lead time down. We're not just Chuck with a truck, a one-man show. We have a whole team behind the West Shore name.
Now, that's awesome. So basically, everyone that's watching this video needs to just call your office, go to your website. Your website's very nice, by the way. I think it gives people a really good idea of what you do.
Yep.
And then, are you running any promotions at all this year or this summer?
Yeah, so every month, the first of the month, the promotion changes. So it changes month by month. But I think this month we're doing up to 20% off any motorized screen or awning.
Okay, cool. Well, thank you for taking the time. Is there anything else you want to share that we might have missed?
No. Besides, go to our website, westsshoreshade.com, is the best way to contact us. And then follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. We have a really nice YouTube channel as well. And the name is West Shore Shade.
All right. Thanks, Matt. I appreciate it.
All righty. Thank you so much for your time today.